I'm Todd Grisham, and there is a buzz in the air here tonight. We're at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Here we have the Myth. Up against them, Steamboat. They'll be facing off in the welterweight division.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
Hey, bro, when you brought up that power forward, though, I was trying to hit you as much as I could, though.
First up, we have the Myth.
I noticed that.
Peru.
That builds. I haven't seen it in a while.
And they'll be facing Steamboat from the United States of America.
What?
Ding ding from first bout, they're off.
And now for the official introductions. We turn
Facts,
it
bro.
over
My
to
rebounding
the
has gone
world-renowned
down.
Jimmy Lennon Jr.
But it's all good. 20 rebounds a game sometimes.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In
That
the
game
red
you had 20
corner
rebounds,
from
and
Peru, wearing the white trunks,
Sammy had 20
trimmed
assists.
with yellow, the Myth. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America, wearing the red trunks, trimmed with cyan.
For real, you didn't have a problem with that game?
Steamboat.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many fights like this, and it's very eerie.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the
Bro, I
bell rings,
swear,
there will only be
there are
two
games
that
where
we're
I'm
talking about.
passing it to Sam, and he does not take the shot. And I'm like,
These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't land that jab. Punch, counter punch. What a day it has been, Johnny, but finally now our main event, and the crowd is still hyped.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this? These fighters, this is going to be so hard, but so different.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Beautiful counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Nope, that uppercut does not score. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move. You hit and you don't get hit.
You want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. And that jab just missed with the left hand.
you bleeding, bro? I feel like you're bleeding already. I saw blood on your chest.
Back and forth they go. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. And this with that jab. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
My shoulder's already fucked up from that Philly show.
And there's the bell for round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. And he scores with the counter. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you move.
The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. No rest for the weary. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Catch and shoot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
That jab misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think it's just too easy.
Let's reset. Forget about the round.
Bell rings and we start the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter shot. You know, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Jab does not score. The straight right just misses. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You'd like to see more jabs. halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Well done with that counter shot. Missed him with that uppercut. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one up. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Just misses with that uppercut. That counter punch caught him clean. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't...
Take the round off and win the round on your jab.
And there's the bell to start round 4. After a
30,
really
27.
strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
There's no way you thought you were winning those
motto is,
rounds.
If it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
His stamina is off the charts. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when it catch you.
Nice counter. It's bombs away. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. That jab won't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just misses with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Just misses with that uppercut. Nice stop, but that won't score. Do you believe what we are seeing? Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, Meg looks...
You're way better than that guy. You put him
Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. He misses with that jab. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Nice counter shot. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Beautiful counter punch. The straight right just misses. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Threw the uppercut, but did not score. And he did catch him! He caught it clean! Clean as a whistle! This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Whoa, wait a minute! Stumbling around on Bambi legs.
Bambi legs.
After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. This is the beginning of round 6.
Ain't no room for you in that corner.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's a counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
The perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Good counter punch. Nice punch. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
It's not about southpaw mark.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
Just playing.
They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage.
That's his round. You're switching off.
Round 7. Here we go.
That's
There's
nice.
no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. He just misses with that jab. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter punch. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Trying to land that jab. Catch and shoot. Couldn't land that jab. That hook doesn't score. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
Focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on. You let him back in. You're better than that, kid. Just go back out there.
Round 8, and we're off again. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped
Yeah,
right,
look at how
I'm
the time.
expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring.
There
can
we
be
go.
the
Yeah,
longest
that's my
place
favorite
in
one
the
right there.
world.
There we go.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Incredible work rate. The jab doesn't quite connect. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Throws the jab, but does not score. Nice counter shot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
This is when you talk about championship material.
He's going to be calm.
There's the bell to start round 9. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Well done with that counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Holding nothing back here in the round. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. I'd like to see more jabs. How about that time counter shot? And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
Oh, bloody.
Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse.
Good work. That's it.
And there's the bell to start round 10. How much do they have left in
Let's
the
go.
tank after that last round?
I ain't worried about any round I lost.
Are they trying to get
Total
an
is
early
total.
That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely
You need a
shattered.
finish.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
What?
This fight may
Yeah.
stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. So apparently the referee deems it's not that serious, and this fight moves on. Oh, a little rope-a-dope here. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Swing and a miss with the hook. Beautiful counter shot. You can't score with that uppercut. Nice counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
Win this round. You done all that work in camp. Now get out.
This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
A perfect counter shot. Nice counter. Can't score with that right uppercut. He misses with that jab. His stamina is off the charts. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds. Hold it right there. The building is going bananas. Will they see a huge... And the myth has been knocked down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just big drama. Just doing it for the
This next
drama.
round is going to be crucial.
Get your mind back on the job.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Let's see how he bounces back here after
You
getting
won't go.
dropped
You're
in the
gonna have
last
to chase
round.
me, bro.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Beautiful counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Right uppercut just off target. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Defense is not an option for these two. The straight right just misses. That punch lands. One moment changes everything, especially in this division.
Let's go. Did I win?
Another TKO win here,
Let's
Johnny.
go.
What's next?
Just
No more
like
decision.
another, like TKO, it's Teddy Pendergrass over. TKO is spot on.
GG's, Jamal. I'm just happy I didn't win in decision. Hell yeah. That was a good fight. Look at these stats. 299 jabs. Round 2, I went absolutely crazy. I had no stamina after that round. Hell yeah, bro. That was a good ass fight.